Yo, yo, yo. Booming systems across Colorado.
Boom, boom, let me hear you say, well.
To hear the crowd go. Shake the room.
We like the cars that go boom.
That means I'm chilling.
Lazy. Hey, yo, yo, yo. Booming systems across Colorado.
Good evening, morning, and afternoon, depending on where you're at, globally speaking, and the sundial. I don't know. Probably more of the sundial, actually. It is, of course, none other than a beautiful day here at Wake and Bake America show. Welcome to the show. We're gonna have some fun today. Christopher, I took notes. Hey, listen, I gotta tell you, man. Listen, the show. Listen, the show slaps when the ex-wife is, checks out and follows the show. Yeah, you busted, boo. I don't think people know that I can see your lawful legal identity when you check out the show. At least the live version. Suck it. All right. Is of course Wake and Bake America. Welcome to the show, everybody. Welcome to all the live listeners that are going to check out throughout the show. Check in throughout the show. If you can't listen to the show live, it's okay. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on Google. We're on Spotify and iHeart and iTunes and
Prime and
IU and me and all of the eyes. We're in all the eyes.
anywhere you listen to the podcast. It's wherever. We're everywhere.
But also, you should probably follow us on Podbean if you want to check out the show live, because that's actually, in my opinion, that's actually the better of the shows. I mean, honestly, I say it like the show that's recorded is different than the live show. It's the same show. We don't edit our show. If we fuck up, we fuck up. If we slam our and when we
But
do it,
you can interact with us here.
I mean, do you want to though? Don't want to talk to me. I look myself in the mirror every day and I'm like, the last fucking guy I want to talk to today is you son of a bitch. You ruined our life.
I don't. We still have yet to have someone that's gutsy enough to get on and debate us.
I don't know if we've had anything that's like ultra debatable, but that's coming up over the next couple of weeks. So I could get serious. We've got a couple of shows coming up. We're not going to even discuss, even preview it. We're just going to do it next week. In the meantime, though, we should definitely be discussing today's show, which I have on the thank you for funding this Wake and Bake America show and radio, this beautiful tablet where all of my work is now digital and I feel so fancy.
Thank you, bougie motherfucker.
I am, honestly, I am bougie. Even, dude, did you see what I sent you about what I did? I steamed. So for those of you that aren't aware of the very few processed foods I actually do eat and don't care if it is, the Maria Callender's chicken pot pies are definitely one of them. More specifically, the Parmesan jumbo pot pie, not the lunch size, bitch, the dinner one. But anyway, so I cooked that in the microwave. And I mean, honestly, I love them so much that clearly I have this now down to a science on how you're supposed to do this. And and quite frankly, having it down to a science, knowing exactly how you're supposed to do it, I mean, honestly, that is the science. So I cooked it. I then hooked it up to a bowl. And then I smoked the cooked chicken pot pie from the microwave with my smoker gun that I got for Christmas because I watch a lot of like barbecue contests on like Netflix and Hulu and all that. Like Bobby Flay is my bitch. Shout out to Chef Kevin. That's a big dude, man. But anyway, love it.
You don't watch Ramsey?
Bro, no. But I have my reasons why, man. Bro is too angry. I'm not into that. I just want to reach to the TV and hug him and be like, seriously, Chef Gordon, why are you so angry? I really want to ask that. I just want to look him dead in his face, I want to look him right in his pupils and be like, listen, sir, what's your
That's why he's so nice at home.
Right? 100%. Now, with that said, Did I mention that my ex-wife follows our show?
Oh,
And it's
really?
and our kids are adults. Or well, we have one. Well, okay. I say our kids because I feel like her and her spouse's other kid. I feel like that's one of my other kids. It ends up we're all very like looking out for each other kind of folk these days. I mean, listen, Chris, you know my life. It didn't start that way. Anyway. Let's
Right?
keep it real, homie. Keep it real, homie. It did not
At
start
least
that.
it's
Shout out to Cody in the live room, by the way. Shout out to the other fellers and fellettes out there. Not everybody makes their presence known, but the ones that do, hi. But no, all of my former girlfriends and or wife slash fiance, whatever, have their own kids now, right? That aren't mine. I mean, clearly. But anyway, although are they? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
the Trade Factory.
For like 20 years, man. I swear that's not even a joke. 2 decades at least I've been fixed. But anyway, I have 10 grandkids and I don't have any kids. The only way I'd have kids that I wasn't aware of, they'd have to be older than my youngest son. You see what I'm saying there?
Uh-huh.
I got fixed 2 weeks after he was born. You'd literally have to be older than my youngest son. And trust me, I pay my child support. I already found out about you.
Yeah, right.
Preach. Preach.
Yeah. Yeah. I know about that shit too.
Preach. Preach. Anyway, so dogs are do you hear the dog? Do you hear the dog? In the studio. Did
The
you hear 'em?
Super Bowl.
Do you hear my dogs? You don't even hear my dogs, do you?
Sometimes I do.
They're in the studio right now. They're in the background barking. That's what I was wondering. Anyway,
Oh no, I don't hear him barking. Huh?
well, more like growling. He's turned up. He's trying to fight with his brothers. They're showing off.
Oh, I heard him that time.
I heard him that time. All right. Well, let's go to the. So first off, stick around. It's going to get heated up in here. Let's just talk about that right now. Like right now, it's going to get heated next week. The week after that, we're going to be talking about the rescheduling of cannabis by the White House. The week after that, I think I sent you a link for what I want there. The week after that, but I don't remember. So just keep coming. Honestly, just keep coming back. We're going to be talking about the Pandora's box of sports betting, and that's actually going to lead right into the week of March Madness. We're not a sports show. We're an entertainment show. We do everything. We do politics. We will dig into your fucking chest, homie, on politics. And you ain't messing with no clown, dog. You're messing with somebody who's a political science guru. When you read a meme, I read a 400-page bill, sucker. You ain't ready for that.
We're a blender of topics.
Oh, I thought you was gonna say I was a blender because my mom and my dad are different races. I was like, bro,
No.
After this week, it's just not the time. We're gonna talk about that next week, actually. Anyway, look, now you got me previewing shows I don't even want to fucking preview, Chris. This is on you, dude. I blame you. I blame your mom. I blame your mom. I blame you. I'm gonna start a birther conspiracy about you called "It's All Mom's Fault." Why is Chris this way? It's his mom's fault. All right. So anyway, hi, I'm from a fucked up place. It's called America.
It's called America.
Anyway, so I'm morbidly damaged, and I think everything around here. I think everything's funny when it's fucked up, and I think everything's funny when it's not. Honestly, that's just me. You know what? I'll grow on you. Probably like a pimple, but I'll still grow on you. You'll want to get rid of me. You'll want to call Dr. Pimple Popper, but then you leave me. You leave me there because you're gross. You're gross, America. That's why you leave me there. No, seriously, Chris, let's get to the Super Bowl. So obviously, I just want to do a quick little run back of the Super Bowl. What a game. Wow. Like
4.5
the adage of
point
defense wins
spread.
championships is an understatement, brother.
There was a 4.5 point spread from Vegas.
Yeah, Seattle was favored. I know, but for me, oh man, I feel like okay, Seattle's defense came to play.
Yeah, they did.
And I don't feel like Drake May and that offense, especially the left side of that line where we had 2 rookies starting over there for the Patriots, right? I don't think they were ready for what we had coming from the defensive line. And I'm going to tell you right now, as an offensive coordinator, I would have probably tried to put my most experienced lineman that can do the job, of course, don't get me wrong, right? That knows the position and can do the job. I would have moved that person over to left tackle. I'm left-handed, so it would have worked out great for me to have two chumps, two rookie chumps. Sorry, no offense, boys, but two rookie chumps. It wouldn't have hurt me as a lefty to have that happen. No, not at all, because I would have had that crap coming right at my face. But Drake May is a right-handed quarterback, and so that's his backside. And you got, honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I was like, look, my family was like, Dad's like a real former like football analyst. Like, this is what he did. He did play by play. The guy coached. He won championships. He knows stuff, right? He's a smart guy. Dad, what do you think about the game? I said they started two rings on the left side, on the backside of a right-handed quarterback. They fucked, and then I just looked away and didn't even. I let no expression on my face emote.
Yeah, like why would they even do that? Like,
Yeah, why would you ask me that? Oh, you mean the team? I'm sorry.
yeah,
You don't mean my kids.
why would an NFL team with experienced coaches try to think that they were going to pull something out of the hat by putting rookies in?
Honestly, um, so football's a hard sport, bro. I think something that you learn, especially when you have to coach peewees, the talent gap. When you coach like I've coached kids, I've positioned and privately helped grown men. In specifically the sports. For you folks out there that don't know, I'm actually a really pretty decent, offensive coordinator nonetheless. I know how to call a play. It's a game of chess to me, and I intend to try to beat you. So I'm not too bad of an offensive coordinator, right? But what I'll say is that I think, Chris, the one thing that the average, even the fan that knows better sometimes, right? I think that if you don't coach, you don't understand that the drop off, the talent gap drop off, right? From like that, like just like even just coaching kids, man, you can have a superstar that's going to win you a championship, and if that kid gets hurt, you're not going to win the next game because the drop off could be that bad, right? I mean, you can, if you're like me and if you know how to show up at, youth combines and scout. One thing I will say, bro, I've told Mama this many a times. I wouldn't mind getting into college coaching because you have to start out like as a scout first, right? Except the
Yeah,
only thing that killed me is I got grandkids now, so being away from home isn't really my jam. But I would, and I would, and I would. And I'm dead serious. I would in a heartbeat, man. I would. Um,
yeah, it's a lot of traveling.
I'm just good at talking somebody into coming to play for me because I've got passion. And I know if I'm scouting, like, let's say they bring me in as what I should be doing, which is a quarterbacks, running backs coach, right? That's legitly what I should be doing. But because I've spent so much time coordinating offense, you probably would want me messing with the quarterbacks,
Mm.
getting in their head, teaching them that those raw fundamentals to prove my worth as a coach first, right? But anyway, I would love to do it. I'm dead serious, man. I would just love to do it. I'd love to Shanghai some teams, quarterback room and then report to the offensive coordinator. Heck yeah, man.
Hey,
Be fun. I love the game.
oh
I
yeah,
love it, love it, love it. Now back to the Super Bowl though. So uh woohoo! That one jumped up and bit me. And that wasn't even no crons. That was no chronic, man. That was just my coffee. Went down the wrong pipe.
yeah,
All right, so Seattle won 29-13. Which I mean, if you were watching the game, that 13 points is junk, dude. It was a shutout the first three quarters, man. We thought we were gonna you should have seen. We started talking shutout talk. Me and my brother-in-law in our football chat, right? We started talking shutout talk, dog. And the dude, I'm telling you, bro, you saw the pain and the agony of two non-Seattle fans that just wanted to see a Super Bowl have a shutout because it's never happened. It has happened back before the merger and the and the Super Bowl era. Um,
right.
yeah,
But you
honestly,
were talking about a shutout after the first quarter.
you want to know when one of the shutouts, the NFL shutouts was? Still hurts. Philadelphia Eagles
Them.
shut out the Arizona Cardinals in 1948. I wasn't even alive, and I'm still hurt by it. I'm still hurt by it, and I wasn't even alive because it's like a football team to me is like a city. It's like being from a city. Um, and for me, being a military kid growing up, I really wasn't from anywhere. I'll tell you, I'm from Colorado Springs and from Phoenix, but I'm really not from. I mean, honestly, if you're like, where were you from as a kid? West Germany. There were two Germanys when I was a kid. Communism was still kind of the thing, you know. Felt a little like America. Oh, next week. I'm so shut up.
Yeah.
So 2 Super Bowl wins for Seattle. We're doing football today, not just
Communism.
footing our ass. The MVP was Kenneth Walker III. He's the first running back, to win that award since Terrell Davis did 1998. I thought that was pretty cool. It's they always say MVP is a quarterback's award, but in this game, I really felt like Kenneth Walker III really earned that award because you can't give it to the entire Seattle defense, which they really won that award. While that offensive line couldn't pass block for shit, they fucking could run block for like a motherfucker, though.
Yeah, that was like a.
It's easy. Listen, it's easy to be a bulldozer and push the gas pedal. Okay, that's an offensive line's job on a run blocking is to basically, you find your guy. You do. There's a count. Look, I could coach offensive linemen too because I need them to do their job so they don't get me killed, get my guy killed, so on and so forth. So, offensive linemen are really fun to coach because it's like, look, on a run play, it's get a hat on a hat, pick up the right guy to block, and if we have the numbers advantage. Our guy, if we're just even on the block, then our guy makes a cut and he wins. If we have an advantage, our guy makes a cut and he still has another block at the second level or should, those little things. And you don't run to the side of the disadvantage. I've pulled quarterbacks out of the game. Like, listen, what in the are you doing? I've had quarterbacks yell at their running backs because they went the wrong way. That was funny. My son did that in Pee Wee. It was the best. It's the best.
Okay, one I'm about to say is probably going to sting. Their defense was better than Trump's border wall.
Oh, Jesus. Drake May sacked 6 times, but so you might be right. Yeah, Drake May getting sacked 6 times. I think that hurts.
Oh yeah.
For the Patriots fans in so many ways because you come into the game and I got to tell you, can I just be blatantly real with you?
For sure.
I'm not so sure they were going to beat Denver, and the snow really helped them. And listen, I'm not talking about, I'm not sure they were going to beat Denver before Bo Nix got hurt. No, I'm not sure they were going to fucking beat Denver in that game. Instead of playing until the snow gave them a leg up. By the way, they barely got past the game before that, too. A lot of people forget that part. And that's why I had Seattle. I said, I'm picking Seattle. I got Seattle right there, locked in on the board, peg number 1 to win it all. And because of just that.
Does Denver play in the snow?
Yeah, but it doesn't snow here like you think. And when it does, usually football season isn't on. And it's gone the next day anyway, truth be told.
Right.
When the field goes from you can see the green grass blades to unrecognizable in like 30 minutes. All right, that's just some shit for anybody unless you're from like the Northeast. All right. But yeah, hats off to the Seattle Seahawks. I always say they're kind of a bittersweet team for me in a sense because they're a division rivalry. Them and the Cardinals were the 2 teams that moved to the West when the divisions were split to 4 and the South was created in the Central. The South and the North were created and the Central was abolished, right? And so we in Seattle kind of became the outsiders in. We had always had this weird rivalry with the 49ers going back even into the 80s and 70s. Just like we have a weird rivalry with the Cowboys. That's really funny because we're supposed to be dog shit, but we whoop y'all ass every year, every time we play. So hey, just remember that you're getting your ass whooped by dog shit. I just want to throw that out there. Fuckers. Yeah, take that, Cowboys fan. How was your season? Did you make the playoffs? Oh, what?
Ooh.
I'm sorry. I can't hear you. I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Because this time you have to shut up for once. That's very hurtful. I'm not even sorry for it though. Because it's Cowboys fans. What's there to be sorry for?
What do you think about the halftime show, though?
Loved it. 130 or 120. The number, what's funny is right before we came on the air, there was a headline that hit that said 128 million viewers confirmed. That's after the numbers are ran. Loved it. As a little hard not to love it, considering as a human whose one of his parents is literally from San Juan, Puerto Rico.
Right.
And the family's from up in the island, and I always tell people I test out highly tribal for a reason. The Spanish ain't gonna get us. We was like, F them conquistadors. So for those of you that don't speak Spanish, conquistadors is just Spanish for colonizers. What? Sorry. Sorry, too easy. If you saw the show, you know where the cheap shots are coming from, okay? If you didn't see the show, you don't know where my cheap shots are coming from, and you probably think I'm a petty cunt. Here's a news update for you. Both things
I
can
am. Right.
No, I did love the halftime show, and it pales in comparison to the barely just maybe right around 6 million at the most at peak viewing. That other show that's not a real show because there's only one halftime show and you're either there or you're not. So I don't even know what the other show was. I just know it was a bunch of people who, really wanted to spread a divisive nature of thinking rather than just be part of the party and learn something new.
Oh, you mean the one that was on YouTube?
That might have been where it was. I honestly, I wouldn't have been caught. I wouldn't have been caught dead watching it because I was watching the real halftime show. You know me. I'm a hellaciously hardcore supporter of the NFL. Always will be, for good, bad, and indifferent. I'll ask them to change to be better. I'll ask them to proactively move towards changes that make them be better. But after that, I'm just a football fan.
Who won the Puppy Bowl?
I actually prefer my politics and football to be separate, but I think it's okay to send a message if you do it in a classy way. I think it's okay to teach something vis-a-vis a message if you do it in the right way. Shout out to Bad Bunny. That was actually how you do it right there. Actually,
Yeah, right.
Down to the light blue Puerto Rican flag, which I don't even fly that one. Mostly because it was banned and I live in America. No,
Why not?
No, it's just because the one with the navy blue is the one I just grew up with.
Oh yeah.
That's all.
Team Fluff won this year in the Puppy Bowl.
What? So the fluffy dogs won. Son of a bitch. All that fur, it's hard to tackle.
The crazy thing is, it was a higher scoring game than the real game.
Well, honestly, the Puppy Bowl usually is. But they're, honestly, those mutts can't play defense.
Yeah, right.
So let's switch over to El Olympiad, Holmes.
El Olympia. Yeah, because it's in Italy this year, ain't it?
Yeah, the Olympics are in Milan, Italy. But before we do that, there's nothing like, as I like to say, the sweet jazzy sounds of one of our friends hyping us up.
Hey, what's going on? This the Hungry Hustling American Dream Afro Man. Wake and bake, America. Yeah, you're chilling with Mr. Ashtray.
That's Mr. Trey, not Ashtray.
You're listening to Mr. Trey, and you know why. Yeah. Yeah.
Too easy. On to the Olympics, dude.
Olympia.
Okay, so first off, I just want to say that I turned into the fan of sports that I don't even really honestly know exist except every 4 years. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm actually honest about it, at least. But how about you, man? What's your Olympic thing or whatever?
Snowboarding.
What?
Snowboarding.
Well, honestly, like, our generation invented snowboarding for the Olympics. Thank you.
Yeah, right.
And it really was dumbass kids like me literally snowboarding down the bowl of a fucking interstate on ramp because that's just where it had a north face so the snow didn't melt quick.
Yep.
But anyway, And for those of you that don't know why a North Face is important, first off, seriously, school people. I mean, God damn it. You want to defund education, and then I got to explain why the fuck a North Face is great for snowboarding. But anyway, well, at least longer term snowboarding, right? But anyway, because I love it. I'm like, let's get out there and do something. I don't have the knees for it anymore, but I do miss it. I love snowboarding. I was actually watching the big air events, honestly.
Yeah, we're tied for third as far as gold medals go.
What was fourth last I looked? Let me refresh my page, good man. Because when I looked last, we were in fourth.
Uh-oh.
When did you last look?
I'm looking right now.
Well,
We have 7 medals total,
yeah,
2
bro,
being gold.
fourth, bro. You're crazy.
Oh yeah, we are. It just moved.
Yeah,
Ah,
sounds like somebody got his stock report late. Shit, sucker.
well, that'd be Google.
Yeah, I'm using the place where they're actually in charge of broadcasting the Olympics.
Oh, listen here.
NBC, Peacock. They don't pay us to say that, by the way. Just if anything, they'd
Right.
probably pay us not to say that. Here's some money. Please stop using our name.
No,
No,
right.
actually, honestly, I mean, have you ever heard of a cease and desist? They don't really need to ask. Just gotta point that
Yeah,
out. Speaking, they don't
right.
have to ask because they can just tell
An
us.
email.
I know. We'll get an email at info@waketheletterinbakeamericashow.com. That's where you can send comments. You can send anything you want to say to us right there. We'd be happy to read it on the show. As a matter of fact, we're going to get back to doing fan mail. We just haven't we haven't gotten into it. There's actually a pile of mail we need to get. Honestly, there's a pile,
Including your cease and desist orders.
including at least 2 to 3 cease and desist orders from several streaming
Haven't we,
services.
haven't we gotten one of those before?
Yeah, but okay, so more than one. First off.
Oh,
First off, definitely more than one. But the one you're probably referring to, I didn't. So I didn't have to. I didn't have to honor it because the other person on the other
oh
end was
yeah,
actually fine.
yeah.
So while I was told by my work, the station I worked for, to let it go and to apologize, on the
This is
hindsight
be it.
side of it, their cease and desist was null and void because the action that they were wanting me to stop talking about had took place and therefore was public record, and therefore I wasn't doing anything wrong. They
Right.
basically said, keep my name out your mouth. And I said, bitch, I don't have to. And then my boss was like, but if you do, we can make some more money off of them. And I was like, oh my fucking God. Look,
Right.
hey, listen, that whole situation is so far gone and so far long ago that I'll just tell y'all the truth. Look, somebody's business got raided. I reported the story because I didn't even know they were one of our clients, because no one told me that they signed that client, and I wouldn't have let them in the first place for so many reasons, including like the fact that they got raided. A couple people walked into my work and told me about it because they knew who I was, and then I reported it the next day, and then the next thing you know, I'm getting lit up for a bunch of stuff, and I'm like, wait a minute though. But and it was funny too, because it was like, quit saying that, quit saying that. And all I kept asking was, but did it happen though? And
Right.
no one would say no. And I was like, yeah, that's what I fucking thought.
Right.
I'll just say what happened. It was so long ago that you can't do nothing about it anyway. What you gonna do? Bitch about it, cry about it, whine about it? I mean, honestly, that could go down as literally what they did anyway the first time. I mean, wash, rinse, repeat. Cool.
Have you
Anyway,
seen how big curling is this year?
but no, I did get a cease and desist from Silk, the band, once, but that wasn't my
Oh,
fault either. Remember that?
yes.
That one was hurtful because
Right.
I get told I am booking from a promoter. I am booking this band. I would like you to be the DJ for this band. And for those of you that don't know, it's just a group from the 90s, Silk, Freak Me Baby. Oh yeah, that group. So I'm like, oh shit, hell yeah, I'll take the gig, bro. What day? Boom. When? Boom. Everything's good, right? Yeah. All right. I'm gonna put my own little personal flyer and drop that to my fans that says I'm DJing for this. So I do. They even like it on my Instagram. Everything's fine. And then the fucking promoter, I'm pretty sure, probably promoter, I would guess the promoter, didn't actually
Yeah.
have the contract signs. And when he didn't get the contract signed and pay them the pre-money, right? The next thing you know, I get a fucking email that says ceased and desist promoting and talking about this concert with this band's name, Silk, and you need to knock it off because this isn't happening. And I'm
Right.
like, dude, I wrote him back. I said, no problem. Be happy to oblige nonetheless. But I do want to tell you that my only mild concern is I had no idea. I literally did not know that there was an issue. I was like, I didn't know there was a problem.
Right.
And, listen, just for the record, Silk, shout out. You guys are great people. Their representatives was like, hey, man, homie, no problem. Totally understandable if you really didn't know, that is understandable. And I'm like, dude, they hired me. I started pumping it to my fans. Dead ass. Honestly, the only reason you guys even know about it is because you guys liked it first and you guys were all about it. I'd be honest with you.
Right.
At the time, I think I had 50,000 followers, and that might have been one of my highest liked things at the time then.
Right.
It was like, oh shit, Trade on Land is Silk. Like, that's one of the bigger names. Like when I did Bone, when I did this, when I did that, you start ba, 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 big names. And you're like, that's up there with that. There's some other names I dropped, but they've really turned into people I don't enjoy. I told Mama the other day, I said, it sucks about some of the concerts, just a couple of them, just like maybe two I've done. One of them might be one of the biggest concerts I've ever done with the biggest crowd I've ever done.
Yeah.
And the worst part is the person that I opened up for the day before. No, it was that morning. I'm sorry. I opened up same day. Yeah. Huh. I'm like, bro, give yourself a little more credit. You were same day stage. Jesus Christ.
Right.
You might have been stage left, but fuck, you were same day. But anyway, but I don't usually generally tell people that when we opened up for a venue that was 18,000 people and there were about 15,000 there when we were doing our thing, maybe 14, 11, it would be the lowest I'd go on that. Right. And, without knowing, and honestly, it's an embarrassment to say that you opened up for that individual because in a decade, they have become such a deplorable person that you don't want to mention. Like I tell people, it's like trying to not say you were on a plane with Jeffrey Epstein level bad behavior by some. It's not that
when you
kind
were
of
on a plane with him.
honestly, I find people that are just with their head shoved up their ass just about as bad though. Although you're not the same as Mr. Fuckstein. Okay, come on now, release everything. But you need to redact people's names because dropping minor sex crime victims' names out there in photos. You may have committed a sex crime in like 14 states. Good for you.
Right.
Now, with that said, honestly, I think the prosecutors in Colorado should go after them. If that hit any server in Colorado, you have exploited a minor. We should go after you. You think you get the protections of working at the DOJ? You guys fucking suck right now anyway. You're only good at fucking with half the people you fuck with don't even deserve it. Let's just be honest. And the other half, well, everybody's got to do their job anyway. I'm a dick today. I don't even care. Anyway, so now that I've gotten some energy out, God bless America. Let's talk the Olympics.
So what's your favorite winter Olympic sport?
Okay, so I've got a few things that I love. Obviously, I like big air snowboarding because I love watching motherfuckers get crazy up in there. I do like the ski jump. It's pretty fucking cool to me. Just what they're doing. I'm like, dude, they're flying like 3, 4, 5, 6, 800 yards. I don't even know what it is. It's a lot.
It's ridiculous.
But through the air on a downhill incline and trying to stick the landing, dude, at like flying like 70 miles an hour through the air, dude. Seriously. I think I like the winter sports because they're so fast. Like I like the luge because they're just fucking flying on a skateboard or on basically flying on like one of those boards we rode in school, but with skis on it in the gym, but with skis on it. And they're flying 70, 75 miles an hour through this fucking ice tunnel. Pretty cool. I get geeked out. Okay, so listen. So most people that know, the first thing I did was I found like an old timers bar when I first turned like 21, and I just fell in love with this bar. When I moved back home, I used to go to it all the time, and they had this thing called a shuffleboard table. I played it one time with this Marine vet from like Vietnam Marine vet. I played it one time with him, and I was hooked. Well, curling is shuffleboard for like human size shuffleboard, right?
On steroids. Yep.
Yeah, on steroids. And it's, obviously the rules are different and so on and so forth, um but I absolutely love curling. I would love to visit somewhere where I could go to an arena and just play this sport for
You can
fun.
do it here in Grand Rapids.
Of course you can fucking do it in Grand Rapids. Of course you can. Just like you can in Duluth. That's where our silver medal champions there. Yeah, shout out, first woman to win a medal in curling.
Curling.
Yeah, every 4 years I become extremely fascinated with this sport. You know what it is? Because with my bum knees, that is the only Olympic sport I will
Right.
ever do. That's what it really comes down to. I'm like, let me watch what I could do because that's it right there. Of course, I am an extreme fan of the women's soccer and hockey teams. I support. They are very, very much near and dear to my heart. I love beating the crap out of Canada any chance we get. Um, I just love women's hockey. I love men's hockey. Those are great sports. I do love speed skating. It's fun to watch. They haul ass.
Oh yeah.
So it's kind of like
50
what
to 6.
honestly, there's some stuff that I'm just like, whatevs, it's cool. But I can pretty much get into anything because when there's a clock that you can beat, or a person you can beat, or a person you can clock, funny enough, I'm into it. And so I like a lot of the shit they do, but one of the ones that, like I said, is ultra fascinating to me is kind of like it's curling because it's just cool. It's like giant shuffleboard. It's like bowling on ice, with a giant granite rock. It's just fucking cool. I just think and it's like there's skill, there's precision, there's geometry, mathematics to it. There's so much involved that I love. A lot of concepts involved in how you play pool, right? And so, or for those of you billiards, good men, if you're listening internationally. But yeah, I find it to be absolutely fascinating, and fun, and I enjoy it. I think it's so cool.
Anywhere from 50 to 60 miles an hour and anywhere up to like 425 feet.
What do you mean?
The downhill ski jump.
Oh, Jesus. Man, that's really flying through the air at speeds and heights that I'm just not comfortable with.
Literally flying.
Usually, if I'm flying, I'm trying to strap a rocket to my ass or a plane. I'm not trying to fly through the air with 2 skis on me like that's a thing to do.
Right.
Because people from the ghetto like me, we don't do that.
We have one of those ski jumps in the UP.
We only fly downhill from bullies and the police.
Fair.
So, Chris, I do think that, one thing I enjoy is the switch up. Like you get the Olympics every 2 years for 2 weeks, but well, technically it's like 3 weeks, but tomato, tomato. It seems like it gets like a day longer every 5 years, I promise. Or I mean, every like 5 Olympics, it seems like it's a day longer because of sports.
we,
No,
we
but
keep we keep
yeah,
adding
go
new
ahead.
sports. We keep adding new sports. That's why it gets longer and longer.
Oh no, I'm so excited for LA 28 because we're
You
gonna
you
have flag
you,
football.
I've heard there's been talks they're going to add snowmobile jumping.
Bro, like snowmobile, like adding motocross, that's pretty dope.
Yes.
But do you want to see snowmobile racing? Do you want to see big air? Do you want to see
I want
tricks?
to see all of it.
All of it. I want to see them grabbing on the ass handle and then flying back up to the handles. Bro, when they do that shit, I'm like, bro, if you don't get a good tug, man,
You're
you're
done.
fucking dead, bro. I've seen people wreck
You're,
out on that shit and fucking snap their leg and shit. It's crazy.
oh yeah, it'd be just as bad as doing it off a dirt bike.
I grew up by so I grew up everywhere, but in my junior high years, I grew up not too far from like a dirt bike track. Bro, we used to take a Ford F-150 and then I took my Mitsubishi 3000 and we would, those, just for the record, folks, those are like smaller trucks, mini trucks. And we would take them and we would ride the fucking dirt bike fucking track in our mini trucks and fucking just go flying through the fucking air. I'm like, I'm like, how we didn't like literally make those vehicles undrivable to this day. I'm still like, there was fucking sparks coming out the engine compartment of my Mitsubishi because well, there's a reason why. The battery harness was broke in my fucking engine compartment.
Oh.
So that battery's like flying around, and then the positive and the negative are hitting the fucking metal hood and and causing an arc. Oh yeah, man. I was like, my fucking lights would fade out. I just fucking drop it again. Oh yeah, woo! Me and my buddies, oh, it was so much fucking fun. I don't know how we didn't kill it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I should probably be dead at least 5 to 8 times over. I probably got one life left, and the universe has reminded me of that several times.
Let me guess, no helmet and a basic seatbelt.
Right? I think the most worst part for the Olympics for me was waking up to a headline that said that Lindsey Vonn had to be airlifted off of the mountain after wrecking, after
Oh
coming back.
yeah.
Questions arising if she should have been even on the mountain. And then going and watching that and just going like, oh, what a horrific scene and thing to see. I've had the football version of just, what I would refer to as a non-contact injury and blowing a knee outright. And just came down weird after trying to bat a pass down, but didn't even touch anybody. And so I know what that's like to just sort of like random, quick, just boom, broken leg in multiple parts, surgery needed. Very just let down because she's such an important part. She's such an intricate part of everything that is done, in downhill skiing. And so it's just rough to see her go out like that. That's just a stink of a piece of it. She deserved a bit.
Yeah, because I mean, the downhill skiers are traveling anywhere from 60 to 85 miles an hour.
Dude, they are hauling tail. Listen, guys, just imagine wrecking outside of a vehicle at 60 miles an hour because that's about the fuck. Just imagine like basically being ejected out of a car and just going flopping down the fucking, flopping through a fucking field because that's what it is when you're doing downhill skiing.
Wrecking on a motorcycle.
Yeah. Oh, I do like the downhill slaloms. I think it's cool. Like you got to get on each side of those sticks and get your skis facing the right way. I do think that's pretty cool. Just throwing that out there.
A lot of leg muscle.
We medaled in that, by the way.
Oh, did we?
Or was it the team one, maybe? No. Maybe it was the team downhill fast one. Ah, man. See, I watched so much shit. We winning? What did we do? Winning? I'm like, I know we did some shit, but what shit did we do? But yeah, the gold medal count has us in 4th place. I always tell people if you're expecting the USA to dominate the Winter Olympics completely, I don't think we really dominate the medal account, generally speaking, in the Winter Olympics.
Not
Get
anymore.
a lot, and we're in the top 5 usually. But I mean, you have countries like just interesting countries like,
Japan, Norway.
I would say places like maybe Korea that aren't going to be your typically, cold-minded places. Japan, although after the Olympic Games in Sochi and, doing the Olympic Games in Korea and stuff like that, I think people are a little bit more, or no, was the Korean Olympics Summer Games? I don't remember. God, there's so many. I can't keep up, man. My brain can't keep up. But anyway, if you look, it's always countries like Belgium, Belarus, Lithuania, Latvia,
Norway,
Poland, Norway, France. It's places where it's cold. Canada.
The Swiss do pretty good.
Yeah. The Swedes actually are who beat or not the Swedes, but the Swedes are who beat us in the curling for the gold. Hats off to them, but damn it.
Right.
But yeah, I really enjoy this time of year. It's fun. I think it's always a good, fun time. Or every 4 years, I should say, rather, for the winter side. I know the summer side really gets me turned up because for me, the summer side is just more of what I really did growing up, which was track and field. And, you throw football in there now, baseball as a kid growing up, and, not to brag, Chris, but for a smaller guy, I was actually a really decent discus guy. I could chuck that fucker. I had an uncle. Well, I had an uncle who was like a D line, O lineman kind of size guy in high school, and so I used to practice with him with his discus. And you got to think he's like a high school senior and junior, and I'm like just barely coming out of elementary school, trying to just be like my uncle, like literally like sixth grade, seventh grade age. I had an uncle that was a lot closer to me in age. I think he was like he was like a junior when I was like in like sixth, seventh grade, man. So we weren't that far apart, but still far enough. But anyway, but no, like anybody, I run what they call mid, what's called mid or mid distance. So, the 400, 800,
Hmm.
the mile, and I can actually run the I can run the 5K or 5,000 meter.
Yeah, 'cause they're doing bobsledding until the 15th.
It's not my favorite thing to run as a race. I like to run a 5K just for fun. No, my favorite race was the 800. That's one where I got like ribbons, awards, and medals in growing up. You know what I mean?
Right.
How quick can you whip out? How quick can you run out? How quick can you snap off? Yep, two big ones. But anyway, it's the two fastest laps in racing. But anyway, of course, tell it to NASCAR. Um, some of the highlights so far. We won medals in the luge. That's pretty awesome. We got a
Yeah.
bronze in the luge. It's not a medal that we typically rip off medal or something we typically rip off stuff in. Free ski, we did win a silver in free ski. That's something that's a place we can win in. Figure skating team event. Obviously, we've always been really good at that. We're going to be competitors.
Did you say finger skating?
Shut your fucking pie hole up. We were for the same thing. Shut your mouth. Shut your dirty cockhole. Mixed doubles. We got a silver in mixed doubles uh, for curling, which is the one I told you that is one I was watching like all the way through the medal matches and even the semis and before in the mid semis or whatever, quarter semis. Sorry, quarter whatever. You know what I mean. And then we did bronze and gold in alpine skiing. One was the women's combined, and then of course the women's downhill. Breezy, that's right. Breezy, what a name. Breezy Johnson.
Crazy.
Breezy, that's right. Just like Drew Breezy, she's off the heezy with the gold measy, my kneesies. All right, now we got to get out of here. Though. I don't expect next week to be as pleasant, so I'm really thankful for this.
What? Netherlands took speed skating.
Nice. So I will say this, my good friend and pal, buddy,
Yes,
old
sir.
friend, old pal. I
Brother
will
from another
release.
mother.
I will release the topic of next week's show now that we're at the end of this show, though.
Dun, dun, dun.
So, originally, we had a different name for the show. But in light of recent events, we thought that we would kind of dig at your chest and kind of, remind people and talk to people about stuff. So,
Yes, sir.
next week's show title will be The Racist White House of America.
That's right, people. You heard it.
Dum, dum, dum! In light of this week, and I'm going to tell you guys, it's really weird to me that the people who aren't the ones being disparaged by somebody's acts think that they're the ones that get to decide what's what.
Right.
No, the people that are out here getting hurt by that and disparaged by that, we get to decide what's what. No soapbox, no grandstanding. Chris, closing thoughts on the Olympics.
Love the Winter Olympics. Sad to say that we don't medal in more sports, but hey, it's good all around. It's nice to see countries come together and compete with each other in a fair and sort of calm way.
Right. And I will say that I enjoy watching all of this stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I want you folks out there that maybe have a sport that's less renowned. Or maybe it didn't, or maybe didn't get to the gold medal round like the curlers that brought some, huge nationwide attention to their effort and their sport, right? But um I think that we have to consider or look at or understand, God, I don't know, believe, brother and Chris,
Believe.
my brethren,
Preach.
whatever you are, you weirdo, you weird kid.
Yeah, I am.
But
But it's
anyway,
gonna get deep next week.
I think it's going to be good next week because then, next week there's a couple things that are going to happen that are going to be really fun. Like, like for me, now that curling is ended, right? Obviously, getting and even seeing through the women's hockey team through the group stage, I think is really important to me.
Yep.
And then the men's group stage is going to be starting, right, in hockey. And I think it's going to really start to get me to watching a lot of hockey through the rest of the Olympics. And then I'm just excited for anything else that comes along the way. There's a lot of other sports out there that, like I said, are not renownedly recognizable stuff that's going to be taking place. I was just watching cross country skiing and shooting. I
Oh
think
yeah.
I would love to get to try that. Like ski,
Now you
get
gotta
up and
control your
and start
breathing.
skipping. Yeah, that shit looks so fun. Look, for those of you that don't know me, I personally, on a personal side, I have been somebody who's trained in the gym, trained as an athlete. This last summer, I was running 10-mile clips and having fun, just taking pictures, goofing off, and fucking with wild turkeys in the woods and bears. It was fun. So I'm just somebody that really just enjoys I enjoy competing. I enjoy training to compete. I enjoy, like, while I'm working out, thinking about kicking your fucking ass. So as you can imagine, anything in sports is going to get me riled up and turned up because I just
Yeah.
love it. Well, Chris, I hope that you enjoyed the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna get some USFL. Guys, please support the USFL, by the way. League starts at the end of March, so pretty soon here. Also, for those of you that live in areas where basically the second tier of soccer competes in the USFL. I mean, sorry, I'm mixing them all up. The UFL is the football league that's starting. You want to watch that. The USL, the United Soccer League Champions, the USL Champions League, that will be starting up at the start of February, which is a coast-to-coast Tier 2 soccer league with more teams than even I think they might have more teams. They have either the same amount or more teams than even the MLS has in it. It's also
really?
not quite as expensive for a team to be in there. We're talking millions instead of hundreds of millions, right? And we also have the Rapids MLS just an hour north of us. As a matter of fact, I wish we had a real pyramid because then we could like move up and compete against them. It'd be so fucking cool. Go to road games away like I live in London. Hey, oh shit! You'd see my curly mustache lad in my hat and be like, "He belongs here. He belongs here with us. He's one of us. He's one of us. Give him some tea." Yeah, I tell them to take the tea back and give me coffee, and they'll be like, "You fucking American."
Yeah,
Anyway.
right.
No, seriously. They're like, if you had tea back and asked for coffee, you might get your eyes rolled at you in England. I'm just going to be honest with you because that's just
Yeah, you
gotta go
would.
to an actual cafe. See, me, if I'm going to go to England, I'm just going to look for like an Arabic because there's going to be one.
Yeah.
The Arabic kind of Middle Eastern type coffee shop, or I'm going to look for a Italian, real uppity with the big brass gold frickin', goddamn cappuccino machine. I'm going to find me some good shit. I fuck with tea though. Don't get me wrong. I do fuck with tea, people. My British friends, I fuck with tea. I like tea a lot, but there's just something about cafe that I just love. It's just so dark and bold,
Like you.
kind of like that halftime show was. Kiss my ass, come out. Have a good night, everybody. See you next week. We're gonna get turned up on politics. Oh yeah, you asked for it. Get your lube.
Here it comes.
In the booty.
This is your station.
I like this right here.
The People's Station. Monuments, Falcon, and Colorado's Springs.
Here comes the heat, y'all.